Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at SEC Best Bets for Saturday, October 30th. Kevin Rogers with you, and we are joined by Brian Edwards, who is on fire of late in these videos. He is 5-2 the last 2 weeks. He picked up a pair of winners last week here on this video, and Brian looks for another winning week with 3 games. And Brian, let's begin with the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, or whatever they call it, whatever is PC now, between Florida and Georgia and Jacksonville.
To hell with PC, you got it right.
Right, is that the right one? Florida's or the world's
largest outdoor cocktail party. Yes.
All right, so it's the Gators and the Bulldogs in Jacksonville coming up on Saturday afternoon, 3:30 kick on CBS, and the Gators are 14-point dogs against the top-ranked Bulldogs. And Brian, your thoughts on this matchup?
I like the Gators plus 14. It is just the 4th time they have been double-digit underdogs during Dan Mullen's tenure. The first time was at LSU in 2019 as a 14-point dog. Florida led that game 28-21 midway through the third quarter. They were down 35-28 with about 8-ish minutes left in the game. Had a first and goal. On third and goal, Trask got intercepted in the end zone. LSU went up 42-28. Florida came back, had first and goal with like 2 minutes left, got stuffed on 4th and goal at the 1. They ended up pushing, but easily could have covered. The second time as a double-digit dog under Mullen was in Atlanta last year as about a 17 or 18-point dog against Bama. Lost by 6, easily took the cash. You might note that LSU won it all in 19. Bama won it all last year. And I would argue that that LSU team is the best college football team in the last 25 years. And I would also argue that that Alabama team is probably the second best in the last 25 years. And then this year as a double-digit dog, lost by 2 to Alabama despite getting hosed on 3 calls and missing an extra point and a 2-point conversion. That despite those awful first quarter calls that changed the game in so many ways, Florida still should have been going to overtime at the minimum, but easily covered as a 14, 15-point dog. Georgia there's nothing you can say bad about Georgia. They've dominated quality competition, but this is undoubtedly the best offense that I believe they have faced. K-Raj, I mean, it's not Arkansas. It's not Auburn. It's not Kentucky. Yeah, it's not Clemson. This is by far the best offense they've faced, the best play caller they have faced, and Florida is going to score points, period. Now, do I worry about Florida's run defense after that debacle against LSU? Yes. Do I worry about their scheme with this defensive coordinator, Todd Grantham, that should not have been allowed on the airplane home in Baton Rouge? Yeah, I do concern myself with those things. But Florida's going to score. Anthony Richardson, I believe, is going to get more playing time. And after leading Florida on 4 touchdown drives in a row, we saw how nasty that kid can be. If JT Daniels and or Stetson Bennett make mistakes, and Florida's not going to stop Georgia on the ground, but if they can, load men up in the box, make Daniels and Bennett beat them, they might beat them, but make them beat us. And if one of them or both of them make mistakes, Florida will be right in there with a chance to win this game. Love the Gators, plus the 14. And for all those just thinking this is going to be a cakewalk, wake up. Florida could easily be 7-0.
So Brian's got the Gators coming up on Saturday against Georgia in Jacksonville. So we go from a major game in the conference to an even bigger game. It's Missouri and Vanderbilt. I mean, those 2 teams getting together. It's I don't know what kind of party that is, but Missouri, they have not covered a game yet this year, Brian. And Vanderbilt, we know about their struggles and how they've fallen down in all these games. But Missouri on the road at Vandy, your thoughts there?
Yeah, so Missouri's defense has been deplorable, but they're better than Vandy. And Missouri's offense is good. And Vandy has had to start Mike Wright the last 2 games. He's a pretty significant downgrade from Ken Seals, who's got a finger injury on his throwing hand. And remains questionable, and I don't know if he's going to be able to play or not. And excuse me, I'm just going to trust Missouri's offense to get me 21 or so in the first half, and hope that defense can hold Vandy to 10 or fewer and cover 9.5 in the first half. We're fading Vandy is what we're doing here, and we're hoping that with 2 weeks to prepare, maybe Eli Drinkwitz made some defensive adjustments, and even if not, they're facing the worst offense they've seen all year. And I trust Bazelak and Tyler Beatty, who are very good offensively, to get some points. Minus 9.5. I'm okay if it's 10 or fewer. Even 11 or fewer would be good, but it's 9.5 is the line I've seen now.
So, Brian, on Missouri first half against Vanderbilt coming up on Saturday, and the final game, pretty good one between Kentucky and Mississippi State. And, you wouldn't think this would be the case, but Mike Leach's team not scoring a lot of points recently. They're coming off a blowout win over Vanderbilt. And last year, Kentucky beat Mississippi State at home pretty handily, but a lot of turnovers in that game by Mississippi State. So now the rematch here in Starkville, Brian.
Yeah, this is the second lowest. Mississippi State has been cashing a lot of unders, but most of those totals have been in the mid 50s, a 59.5 against Alabama, a 63.5 against Memphis. So, but forget the fact that those unders have cashed, because this total's 47, and in 6 of Mississippi State's 7 games, they have had combined scores of 51, 58, 48, 53, 60, and 69. So all of those would have been over. So I think their under record is 5-2. It really should be 6-1 if this was the total we were dealing with, and we are dealing with it this week. And the over is 4-3 for Kentucky, and those overs had combined scores of 55, 63, 51, and 63. Will Rogers is in the top 5 in the nation in passing yards, and Will Levis can make plays. Chris Rodriguez can make plays. They might get Josh Ollie back. We know Wan'Dale Robinson is a playmaker, and Mississippi State has got some offensive weapons as well. It's a low total. I think that it will get over the 47.
All right, so to review Brian's picks for this week in our SEC Best Bets, Brian taking Florida plus 14 against Georgia, also Missouri first half against Vanderbilt, and the over in the Kentucky-Mississippi State game on Saturday night. You can find Brian Edwards on Twitter at VegasBEdwards. Brian, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, K-Raj. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. There is Brian Edwards, and now let's tell you about our friends at WynnBET. And when you download the WynnBET mobile sports book and are a new patron, you can get $1,000 risk-free first bet with a $20 minimum first bet and eligible sports bet when you use the promo code VI bonus. That means if you lose your first wager, you get it back up to $1,000 as a free bet credit that you can use for another bet. And the WynnBET promo code will expire soon, so make sure to grab it while you can. 21 years or older in legal betting states. You can download the app on iOS or Android devices. That is the WynnBET mobile sportsbook app. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching this edition of Saturday's SEC Best Bets. And as always, best of luck with your bets.